All right, and we're back. School's out. It's funny because I I just mentioned that school's out. Instant graduation. Congratulations. Here's your diploma. We'll send it in the mail. Um, it's no longer Oz that's talking in the world of remnants. It's now Crow, and they still have the omnibus message in the background. And they should be, because everybody's a little bit worried, and they should be because there's something going on. So I'm forgetting the name. I'm not gonna forget it. It's coming back right now. And the biggest continent is the continent of Saunus, and it's easy to remember because it rhymes with faunus. So I don't think I'll be forgetting that one anytime soon. So Saunus is the biggest continent, and that's where Vale is located at. And they have mountains, steep mountains in the front, shallow waters in the back, and the island of Patch, where it just so happens that Ruby and Yang are from, because it's a great place to raise a family if you're into that kind of thing, which is funny. But, all right, all right. So, hmm hmm okay, so far, cities come, cities go, because of the constant threat by the Grim. But so far, four have been able to withstand, and actually, five if you think about it, because he mentioned that the faunas have what was it, menagerie? Menagerie. The faunuses have menagerie down at the south eastern part of the continent. When looking at the map, um, mhm, 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 mhm. It's interesting that in Vale, some towns were able to, like, survive, but when they tried to go into the mainland, into the continent, that's when things go wrong and cities get destroyed. But that makes me think about Mountain Glen, because that was really close to the kingdom, to the point where you could access it via underground railroad. And that was a failure. Hmm. I'm getting these other thoughts with I'm just remembering Ublik's conversation in which he's like, if we don't learn by history, we're bound to repeat it. Um and and that's why Mountain Glen is considered one of the biggest failures, because they were building a town and then the town got overrun by the Grim. But and yet the people of Remnant still try to build outward from the cities. I'm guessing in hopes of, like, maybe. Well, I mean, I'm guessing it's really trial and error, if you know what I mean. Like, well, that one failed, so we can't build there. Let's try building over here. That one failed. That didn't work. Let's try building over here. That one failed. Okay. So, and then maybe like those little towns along the coastline, the north western coastline in Vale, those succeeded. Those were okay. That worked. Great. Now from there we can move on to different locations. So it's gonna happen. I don't know why, but I thought about that conversation with Professor Doctor Doctor Ublik, in which he says that if we don't learn from history, we're bound to repeat it. So I'm guessing the message he was trying to deliver is, don't build there again because this is a bad spot to build. Let's build somewhere else, which is good. Which is good. Just because you failed here doesn't mean by default that all the other areas are going to follow the same suit. However, the lesson you could learn from a failed build in this kind of location would be to consider the terrain and the surrounding areas. Because if the Kingdom of Vale is successful into the point where it is able to thrive and continue existing, it is due because of its geographic location. That is something that was mentioned, and I'm guessing this is something that should be, focused on. It is due to its geographic location in which the mountains protect from the front, steep mountains. Wait a moment, how do people get in if there's steep mountains? Hmm. Anyway, steep mountains from the front and shallow waters in the back, which prevent larger things from coming out of it. Got it. Um, Now, Mountain Glen, was it on a mountain? It might be because it had an underground network, an underground facility. And that's where the Grim came out of. And then they had to seal the mines and seal the town and abandon the town. Yeah, I think that was the story. If I remember correctly, they were digging underneath, and in one of the caverns that they found was where all the Grim came out, and the town was overrun, and they had to seal off the town, and everybody else in it, they perished because of the Grim attacks. If I recall correctly, I believe that's what happened with Mountain Glen. So, with that being said, don't go digging. The moral of the story: don't go digging too deep, too far. I guess. Don't overextend yourself. I don't know. I'm trying to make a connection here, but I don't know if it's a proper connection to make. Dun 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 dun. So I don't know. We'll leave it at that for now. Um, but anyway, humanity keeps on trying to build outwards from the main kingdoms that have survived, and that's that's what's going on so far. So that was Vale, and I think I think I think I'll leave it there for now. Oh, the anonymous message in the end, and they should be. They should be because we clearly saw what happened at the end of Volume 3. Um, Cinder and the gang disrupted communications. They handed out these videos and images of, I think it was Atlas attacking, or the mechs, the robot, not robots, the robots, the uh the robot soldiers were attacking citizens from Vale, and it looked chaotic. And they're like, "Oh my God, the kingdoms are attacking! What's going on? There's Grim, there's chaos, and then in the end, the beacon tower fell, and that caused, if we remember from our previous World of Remnants, I'm remembering when Ospen is talking about the The CC. Oh man, I'm remembering the struggle that I had with this. The CCCCT. The Cross Continental Communication Tower, or the Cross Continental Tower transmitter cross the Cross Continental Communication Towers. I'm gonna go with CCCT. I think. Oh no, the struggle. I'm remembering. No, the Cross Continental Communication Tower, or the Cross Continental Towers. No, it has communication in it. The Cross Continental Communication Tower. I'm going with that one. Locking it in. um, I remember at the end of that World of Remnant, um, he mentions that if one of the towers fall, the entire system failed. And then he says, kind of poetic in a way, where if one is silenced, then nobody is able to talk, and that's what happened. That's why Ospin, at the end of Volume 3, was so adamant that he said, that tower cannot fall! And unfortunately it did. So, the world is now dark in Volume 4. The world is dark, no more communication, no more broadcasting anything, no more, you know... Oh man, that's bad. That's like if you receive a message about something that sounds really bad, and then the phone gets turned off, or you run out of batteries. Hey, I'm stuck here in the middle of the road, and the car is on fire. Boop, boop, boop. Dang it, I ran out of batteries. Anyway, I just wanted to say that the car was on fire, but thankfully, some people pulled over, and extinguished the fires, and I'm okay. Everything is fine. It was just, a big scare. But the person on the other line is like, "What? You're in the middle of the road. The car's on fire. It's terrible news." So that's bad. We are facing a bad situation. Based on the things that have been happening, the people are getting a little bit worried, and they should be. Dong. But yeah. So let's leave that here for now. I'm excited. I'm able to produce a couple of videos today, and we're gonna keep doing some. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I greatly appreciate your support and everything you do. And until next time, take care and bye bye. ふわふわふわふわふわふわりくるくるくるくるくるくる回るのふわふわふよふよふわふわりうるるくるくるふわふわ飛び出したの